Depression is a war that you fight with your own self. That is why it is sometimes considered a fight with your own demons, with your inner demons. I will not mention the research, the statistics, or explain the technical details of this illness because depression attacks every individual in the worst way possible. At least when you are affected by a bacteria or a virus, there is a pattern of symptoms that follows, and then you can tell what exactly has happened to you. But when you have depression, when you have anxiety, these things just don't have a pattern, so you don't know what's happening to you until it's too late. Now, depression attacks every individual just how the person is, and it affects you in different ways. It attacks you regarding the matters that you are most vulnerable at. Depression causes that agonizing pain inside of you as if you have knocked your own guts out. Everyone can relate to that curved wall position that they sleep in, that the way they exhaust themselves out when they cry, that hollow, sorrowful feeling. But when these people face depression, they automatically become brave. Why are these people known to be so brave? That is because they are ultimately resurrecting themselves after many battles of hardships and they initially avoid it. What happens is that when you have depression, you are constantly at a war with yourself, with your own existence. You are basically fighting your inner demons. You are fighting yourself every single moment of your life, and these battles that you have with yourself basically give you the hope to resurrect after every time you fall and you rise and you fall and you rise. This is basically, it's a pattern that teaches you many things that normal people just can't really see in life. So having depression has its own negative aspects, but the biggest thing that I have seen in people who have depression is that they sometimes are more hopeful about life than the people who don't have depression. Because like I said, when you are constantly at war with yourself, you automatically develop this weird capability to resurrect after every time you fall. In this world, people give up on life and try all sort of ways to commit suicide just because of some incidents that they face in their life. But sometimes there are people who face a lot many worse things than us, and these people still have the hope to go on, to keep going on forward and forward. And these people can be used as a source of inspiration, as a source of aspiration for all of us, because there are many people. When we face something bad, we should always keep in mind that somewhere out there in the world there is someone who is having it way worse than us. Another thing, depression can be easily overcome, because it can't be that easily overcome. I know it just can't be neglected. It's not some normal disorder that that you get diagnosed with and then you take some meds, you take some pills, you take some medications, and then you're all fine. It's not that kind of disorder. It is something inside your head. It is something inside of you. It is a war that you're having it yourself, and wars cause destruction, chaos, devastation. Wars never cause peace, joy, happiness. What I'm trying to say is, when you feel like life is being really hard on you, and when you just feel like stopping, when you feel like ending your life, when you feel completely hopeless, just think of the people who have it way worse than you. Think of the people who just don't have anything to live for. Think of the people who want to live but they can't. Think of the people who have so many different ideas about life that they want to do, so many things in life that they want to do, but they just can't because they don't have the resources to do that. After all, what doesn't kill you makes you a little bit stronger and stand a little taller. Now, fighting your inner demons isn't easy. It's really hard because Like I said, you're basically fighting with your own self. That is not easy, but sometimes it does help to take inspiration from people who have it way worse than you. There are many brave souls among us. There are many brave people like you, like me, that keep moving forward, that keep getting stronger on the way, and so should you. When you face something really bad, you shouldn't lose hope. You shouldn't start instantly feeling that life is being so hard on you. You should have hope. You should look for people who have it way worse than you and take inspiration from them. Take inspiration from the people that want to go on, that want to have a life, but they can't because due to many different reasons. Take inspiration from them. If it scares you, it might be a good thing to try. And great crises produce great men and great deeds of courage. Many people out there in the world are facing situations even worse than you. Take inspiration from them, learn from them, and just go on with your life. On the surface, some mistakes might seem like it's the end of the world. However, below the surface, they pursue you with the perfect opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve yourself. The only man who never makes a mistake is the man who never does anything. Mistakes are the most beneficial aspect of our lives. And that's the most critical part as well. You cannot avoid making mistakes. Instead, why don't you just embrace your mistakes with an open heart and an open mind? Often we make mistakes. Often when mistakes are made, there is always a tendency to dwell upon them, to regret them, or to loathe upon them. Dwelling upon a mistake for a long interval of time will diminish your self-confidence and your creative self-expression. This habit of dwelling pessimistically upon your mistakes often stems back to your childhood, when you were incorrectly taught to avoid making mistakes by your guardians, by your guardians or your parents, and they might have treated making negligible mistakes as a negative and unwanted part of your life. Maybe they were far away from facing the reality, or did not have the courage to accept the bitter part of life. However, often people don't admit their mistakes, and they certainly don't learn from their mistakes as well, and they certainly don't try to make them better. They keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again until the critical lessons are finally learned the hard way. Success is a result of ongoing failure and mistakes. Nobody can achieve anything worthwhile in this world without failing greatly and making a ridiculous amount of stupid mistakes along the way. Your journey will be no different, because you are not different. Therefore, be at peace with that and accept your mistakes the way that they are. Accept that mistakes and simply act natural about it. Mistakes are a natural part of your life. You cannot deny that fact. You cannot deny the fact that you do make mistakes. You should be able to accept it. Creativity allows yourself to make mistakes. Art is to know which ones to keep. Passion is one great force that unleashes your creativity. Because if you're passionate about something, then you are willing to take risks and you have the courage to make mistakes. So, mistakes basically they are like a bridge. Basically are the steps that you take, and these steps make you go closer and closer to your destination. You cannot go near to your destination without making mistakes. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never ever tried doing anything new.